guys, I'm Jen Jones and this is Cookies, Cupcakes, and Cardio. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make an American flag hat cake. Now this is to help celebrate Independence Day, which our American friends south of the border to us here in Canada celebrate on July 4th. Let's get started on this tutorial. To make the cake, you're going to need 12 cups of prepared vanilla cake batter. You can use your favorite recipe if you have one, or you can use mine. I'll link it in the description box below. You're also going to need 4 8-inch round marbled blue and red prepared cakes. If you need help on how to do the marbling, I've got tons of ideas up on the channel already, and I'll put a link to some in the description box. We're also going to need a small star cutter. It's about an inch and a half in diameter from point to point. We're also going to need 3 colors of buttercream. We've got red, white, and blue buttercream, and I'll put a link to the vanilla recipe for this buttercream in the description box below. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut our marbled cake into wedges, and we're going to build the stars into the inside over here. So I'm just going to pull out this wedge, and then using my star cutter, I'm just going to press down into the wedge all the way down to my mat. And then if there's anything extra on the outside, I'll just kind of brush that off. And then I'm going to take the star shape and I'm going to put it into the pan. Now you don't want to put it too close to the edge, because when we carve the cake, we might be like kind of heading over to the edge there. So I don't want to be too close in. So put it like an inch or 2 inches in from the edge of the pan. So all you have to do is go around the entire outside of the pan here, and we're going to build the stars all the way around the inside. So once you have the ring of stars inside your pan, what you can do is take some additional cake batter. Now we're just going to fill this up, and underneath the stars is about a cup of batter. You just want to have a little bit that is kind of lining your pan so the stars aren't just sitting right on it. Now, as long as you cover this already baked portion completely, your cake will still turn out nice and moist. You won't have to worry about this drying out. When you go to bake it, you want to bake it in a 350-degree oven for about 45 to even 60 minutes. It does take quite a long time because there is so much batter in this type of a cake. So I'm going to do this for this one and 2 more, and then I'll be back to show you how to stack the cake. So once your cakes are baked, I leveled off just a tiny bit because you don't want to go too far or you're going to cut into those stars. So you definitely don't want to get any of those stars cut out here. So I'm just going to be putting a layer of white buttercream around and in between each of the layers. So I just got it in a bag for ease, and I'm just taking an offset spatula and then just spreading it around like this. I'm just spreading, and then I'm going to stack my second layer on top. And then after that, I will stack my third one up. So I'm just going to repeat this on this second layer. So now we're going to taper the sides of the cake now that we have it stacked. So I'm just going to start here at the second one. I'm just using a serrated knife. I'm just going to work my way down and in, because I want to have the hat to be wider at the top and then thinner at the bottom. So I'm just going to go around, continuing to make this taper, and when I've got it all tapered out, I will be back to show you the next step. So now that we have the taper carved in the side of the cake, we're going to take some red buttercream, and I've just got it fitted with a 1A tip in the top here. And I'm just going around here. We're just going to cover the top to be red for the red top. So the red part of the hat, taking an offset spatula, and I'm just going to carefully smooth it on the top. So we're going to cover the rest of the cake, so the sides, in white buttercream. If you need to do 2 coats in order to get all the crumbs trapped in that crumb coat, do so. Put it into the fridge or the freezer for about 20 minutes after you've got this initial coat on, and it will catch all of the crumbs. So now that we have the sides and the top of the cake covered, I took my ruler and a toothpick and I just scored the cake all the way around. I just did the width of the ruler. And now I am taking a number 12 tip. You could use any round tip. You could use a larger one or even a smaller one. And I'm just going to squeeze and turn the cake here. I'm squeezing with the opposite way I normally do. Oh, I'm getting almost a straight line. We're going to be going over this with a offset spatula, so that's why I'm not too worried about whether or not my line is straight right now. So I'm just going around like this a couple of times. You could go a third time if you want to, but the spatula is going to flatten it out. So you just want to go around and just flatten this line out like this. So now we're going to work on the stripes on the side of the hat. So I've just got my red buttercream and it's got a number 5 round tip here. And I'm just going to kind of outline first. If you don't get perfectly straight lines, it's not a big deal. You can fix them with a spatula afterwards. So I'm just kind of just giving myself like a rough outline basically. So I know where I need to stay in when I do and switch my tip, which I'm going to do next. So I'm going to switch to a larger tip. And this is just for the purposes of doing it more of like a filling in kind of thing. And this is a number 12 red, or sorry, 12 round tip with the red buttercream, of course. And I'm just going to just roughly kind of just pipe on whatever you want to pipe on here. Oh, stay up there. And then I'm going to use my spatula to kind of smooth everything on here. So I'm going to take, this one has a fine point at the end. And I'm just going to work the red buttercream kind of within my little guidelines. And then I'm going to go around the whole entire cake. And I'm just going to alternate between the red and the white and leave the white stripes and then do a red every second one. So one of the last things we have left to do now is to create the brim on the board. So to do that, I've just got my red buttercream in my piping bag again. I've got the 1A tip here. And I'm just going to go around the board here. And then I'm going to use an offset spatula to kind of smooth this down and in. So any of these like little misses here, we will fill in with the spatula. So I'm just going back around a second time to kind of get some more there, like that. And you can totally fill this in, and I'm just going to press and then turn at the same time, really slowly, and work that around. So the last thing we're going to do is take some tiny little white stars, and I'm just going to put them in between the red lines, just on a piece of, or a little dot of fresh buttercream. And so I'm just going to finish off the stars on the cake, and then I'm going to cut it open so you guys can see the inside. So there you go, everybody, how to make this American flag hat cake. You can see the stars that are inside from when I cut it open. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial today. If you are one of our American friends, family, or fans, thank you so much for watching, and happy Independence Day to you on July 4th. See you guys all again next time.